Hello everybody and welcome to Consider This. Today we're going to discuss about Bill 54 from Alberta. Like everybody knows, it's a bill to update the election laws. Danielle Smith is spearheading. Now everybody knows about the biggest change is the threshold for referendum, going from 20% to 10% of the previous year's voter turnout. There's actually a lot of things in this bill that are kind of concerning, allowing, corporations that are allowed to donate now again because it was banned in 2015. I know it's only $5,000, but people can open up a number of corporations, multiple of them, and donate to their political party. An average citizen can't donate to that. And do you think they're going to listen to the average citizen when their corporations give them more money? Come on. Not only that, third-party advertisers. It's been increased from 182,000 to 500,000 spending limits. So consider it, if anybody knows anything about the American politics, super PACs, where people put money into a separate fund outside the donations to the party, and they're able to advertise on their behalf independently. So anyways, there's a lot to this, but we're going to talk about the threshold to the referendum, 20 from 20% to 10%. So right now, from the last election, they're estimating that's only 177,000 signatures they need. And everybody's basically saying it's stoking separation fears because there's a small minority that want to be able to vote and have a referendum on this. I think that's the least of the problems when it comes to this this change on this threshold. Because let's look at it this, which everybody's already said, and you probably already know this. They get the 177,000 votes. They're not going to get the referendum. They're not going to win it. Even the latest poll, they say 1 in 4 Albertans consider themselves an Albertan before they say themselves Canadian, which is fine. That doesn't mean they want to separate. They just have more pride in their province than they do in the country. I'm not going to argue that. It's harmless. It's harmless. So they're not going to win the actual referendum. They're going to get it. But they're going to waste millions of dollars to have this referendum. And if they do win this referendum and they separate, which they can't because there's got to be a constitutional change, all the provinces have to agree to it, the legal, everything, it's not going to happen. But let's say it does. They're landlocked. They have oil. How are they going to get to the markets? You think the provinces and the territories that surround them are going to be kind to them? You think Ottawa was treating them like garbage the last 30 years? What do you think those provinces and territories are going to do to Alberta when they don't care anymore because they're not part of Canada? They're going to take advantage of them even more. Oh, they'll go to the States. Okay, sure, yeah, because they'll be kind to them as well. They have nothing to bring to the table except oil. They've got no options. And the Americans will know this. So they're going to take advantage of them. And what are they going to use? The American dollar, which also will be an issue as well, because they won't be using the Canadian dollar. I don't know how that's going to work. So that idea is just a lot of hearsay, a lot of talk. I don't understand why people are nervous. Listen to their issues, but they're not separating. The big thing I don't think Danielle Smith is aware of or has figured out is this opens the door to a lot of other issues or potential issues that the province can have to deal with. And what I mean by that is when you bring too many cooks into the kitchen, you spoil the soup. So when you lower the threshold for people to bring their concerns and have to vote on it every single time, everybody's going to bring their concern. 177,000 signatures. You don't think that's easy to get? Let's look at it this way. The group that supposedly spoiled the ballot for Pierre Poilievre in his Carleton riding, the 91 candidate group, they're going to be doing it again in the by-election for his new riding. They're a bunch of losers. They didn't do anything in the Carleton, and they're not going to do anything in the new by-election. However, they're going to troll. You don't think they're going to come up with a bunch of different ideas? Let's vote on Danielle Smith's salary. I think she makes too much. I think it should be $1. They'll get 177,000 votes just to piss her off. I think we should hang, the rainbow flag that you Albertans love so much at every government office and landmark. You don't think they're going to get 177,000 votes to vote on that? Pick I think anything, and you will have a group that will get 177,000 votes, 177,000 signatures, and you're going to have a referendum. Millions upon millions upon millions of dollars wasted to vote on everybody's concern. And really, to me, I don't even think that's the worst part. Think about it this way. The MPPs of Alberta get a pension after 6 years. How do you think Albertans feel about that when they got to work 30, 35 years to get a pension of their own? That's on top of anything else that the MPPs might have on the side. You don't think they're going to get 177,000 signatures to vote on eliminating that 6-year timeline? Or eliminating the pension altogether and say, you guys basically contribute to your CPP and work like the rest of us? You guys are joking if you don't think they're going to do that. And when they go to that referendum, you don't think they're going to pass that threshold of 50%? I would be surprised if they got less than 95. And what's Danielle Smith going to do about that after it's passed? She going to ignore them? No. She's going to have to vote on, to me, I don't think she's going to vote on that. I think she's going to find some way to bypass it, say it was misrepresented, it's just no one really wants, it's some sort of excuse. You're going to lose your pension, which I think is great. That's the benefit of this lowering of the threshold, to be honest. And you don't think people are already thinking about that? Again, that would be the best case scenario on this referendum change. Let alone, they're going to be wasting millions of dollars to satisfy all these random requests. Oh man, what a disaster. Just to use this as a bargaining chip for whatever demand she has. I don't understand. It's a waste of the people's time and the people's money. That means you're not for the people. I'll be honest with you. If that happens, I like to be a fly on the wall in that meeting room when they have to do a referendum on their pensions. That's insane, and I would love it. Sweet justice. That would be great. And even you hardcore conservatives hate that 6-year pension idea. It's insane. Because you would be for that as well. I guess that would be a common fight for everybody to rally about. That would be great, actually. That would bring Alberta together. Well, I hope you considered that. Let me know what your comments are on if you think I'm right or wrong. And we'll talk to you later. Take care.